Bitcoin remains to be super boring while volatility and volume remains to be dropping. Yesterday, the US decided to postpone all the Bitcoin approvals or denials till at least the beginning of 2024, and the Bitcoin halving is only about 230 days out from now on. And the question that I want to be answering on this video: is there a possibility for Bitcoin to hit a new all-time high before the halving? I will be talking exactly about what currently is going on in the market, what are the main differences between this bear market and the previous bear markets. I will be comparing all the data towards each other. I will discuss the most important charts. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap up the like button on today's update video. If you do like these kinds of videos, let me know in the comment section down below and let's get in towards it straight away. So like I just discussed in the intro, yesterday Europe launched its first Bitcoin spot ETF, while straight after the US delays all their Bitcoin spot ETFs till at least the beginning of 2024. And before we're going further in towards this, let me first quickly tell you why these spot ETFs are so important for the markets. Many investors out there on the markets are currently saying, but a spot ETF isn't so important for the market because you can already buy Bitcoin if you want to from off the market. But what I also tweeted here on Twitter, a few people understand once BlackRock spot ETF money flows in towards Bitcoin, it will go easily towards $100,000. Why? Is because it's important to understand that if in the US you invest in towards a spot ETF, you could have massive tax advantages and also the ability to borrow against your ETF, what will make a Bitcoin spot ETF way more obvious to be buying and holding in your portfolio than just Bitcoin on spot, where you probably can't borrow against and probably also have to pay more taxes over. So I personally think that a Bitcoin spot ETF will be a super positive for the market. And yeah, we're expecting that in the beginning of 2024, they have to say something about this. So if it gets approved, the market is going to react very positively towards it. And to be very clear, like you can see right here, 2024 is lining up to be a very great year. So see 2023 as a year of accumulation, but in 2024, we will start to see the deadline for the SEC to make a decision about all the Bitcoin spot ETFs. The US elections will take place, and usually that has massive effects on the market. And also we will probably see interest rates are getting cut again, since there's a massive consensus that this is going to be happening in 2024, because otherwise the US government is going to default on its own debt. And more importantly, the Bitcoin halving is also happening in 2024. And let me right now get into the part of the video where I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin halving and could we see a new all-time high before the next halving. So looking at Bitcoin right here, we do know in 233 days from now on, we will have the next Bitcoin halving, and time is flying in crypto. In literally 4.5 months from now on, we will have 2024 on the floor. And the next Bitcoin halving, if you don't know what a halving is here, means that the production of Bitcoin is going to once again cut in half. And this happens approximately every 4 years. And this is going to create a massive scarcity shock on Bitcoin. And let me straight away go in towards why this bear market on Bitcoin is different than previous bear markets. You can hear on Bitcoin is that right now in this bear market from of 2020, we have seen the exchange balance massively decreasing. While in previous bear markets, the exchange balance have been increasing. So we're seeing a different sentiment in this bear market. And if this trend continues, in approximately 2030 to 2035, we will have no available Bitcoin to be buying from exchanges. So this is a massive trend that if it continues, it's going to be super bullish for the market. So pay attention towards this trend. And this is already making myself very excited because in the next halving, there's going to be even less Bitcoin production, what will probably accelerate the decreasement of balance on exchanges where you can be buying Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is becoming more and more scarce over time, and I haven't said it enough, but Bitcoin is a long-term investment, and if you have a long-term perspective, you will be definitely certain to be making a significant amount of profit, and that is why I invest in Bitcoin for the long run. But let me right now talk about the charts that are indicating us and telling us something about Bitcoin and its previous halving cycles and what we should be doing with it. So to answer the question, is a Bitcoin all-time high possible before the next halving? Of course, it's possible. Is it likely to be happening? No. What I'm currently looking at this chart here is the previous Bitcoin halving cycles, and you can see basically every single time the Bitcoin halving happens, we tend to see a hype rally in towards the halving cycle for Bitcoin. So you can see here in 2016 we had a massive hype run up here, and just weeks before, to be exact 3 weeks before the halving occurred, we saw a small little decreasement in valuation. Since we do not have a lot of data, I can't really say this is true, but the last Bitcoin cycle, of course, we had the pandemic crash. And due to that, we saw a massive decrease before the halving, and I don't think that's going to be happening again here. If you look at Bitcoin, what happens in the first and second halving is that Bitcoin had a massive rally in towards the halving, and just 3 or 4 weeks before the halving occurred, we started a downtrend. So that is what I will be expecting again here, and that is why I will expect that Bitcoin probably is going to remain to see somewhat of positive price action, and before, just weeks before the halving happens, we tend to see a downtrend and then a recovery towards a new bull market. Because yes, I am still expecting there's going to be another bull market happening, and it's going to probably happen at the end of 2024 or beginning of 2025, and that is the period where we can make tons and tons of money. So quickly talking about where we are currently in the cycle. So currently we are in approximately 245 days out before the next halving, and if you look at these previous cycles, last year around we were in a small little downtrend. Currently we're also in a small little downtrend, but in the end of the day we still had some few rallies towards the upside, and we basically hovered around the same price, exactly like we're currently doing. We're having boring sideways consolidation. Then back in 2016 as well, we had a minor rally towards the upside, and then we saw weeks and weeks of boring consolidation. And you can see also right here, at that point we started to be creating an ascending triangle on the market, like you can see right here. And currently what are we doing? We're creating also that ascending triangle on the market. So we're seeing a very similar consolidation phase getting created before the halving, just like 2016. And what happened in 2016 is that we moved towards the upside, and that was of course a very bullish move here. Then at the same time, talking about what we are currently seeing here and where we're standing in the cycle, is that we also once again saw the hash ribbons flash a buy signal on the price action of Bitcoin. So that is also a very positive and bullish thing here for the market, and you can currently clearly see here every single time we had a bullish buy signal, you can see an orange, you can see this yellow circle on the price chart, and basically 9 out of the 10 times this signal occurred, Bitcoin moved up. The only time it didn't was here back in August, where we did move towards the downside. But at the same time, we can see this moving average that is providing support and resistance, and basically indicating and telling us clearly where the trend is going towards for Bitcoin is also currently below us, and is going to be providing support if we do come down here. So this is also a super important level to be paying attention towards. Then at the same time, looking at the bigger perspective at the EMA ribbon, we can currently see that we just had that bullish crossover on that EMA ribbon, and historically speaking, every single time this has happened, we saw a rally towards the upside. So what am I currently pointing towards is that probably Bitcoin is still going to see more upside before it's going in towards that bearish momentum. And just like I talk about that we are creating an ascending triangle here on this pattern, we are indeed creating one. And I've been saying this for quite a while on the channel, but we are going to be expecting a big break is going to be happening in this market approximately in 4 to 5 weeks from now on, where Bitcoin is either going to be breaking above resistance or below support, and that is going to indicate and tell us about where this move is heading towards. Then of course, many people ask me of course also about the time horizon. I just said 4 to 5 weeks before we're going to see the massive move take place here. And to be very clear in terms of price targets, if Bitcoin breaks bearish, my price target is going to be somewhere around $25,000, the big support trading below us. And if we do break bullish above this resistance on the top side, I will be talking about a level for Bitcoin of $36,000 to $38,000, what is of course a massive move towards the upside. So talking about the time, when is this going to be happening? I mean, if I'm looking at the volatility index, we can currently see volatility is at historical lows never seen since 2016. And if you're looking at the daily historical volatility index, you can see that we're currently trading on a low volatility not seen since the beginning of this year. And we're even trading below that level. And to be very clear, we're currently at the low of daily volatility not seen since 2018, what is absolutely ridiculous. And usually after long times of boring price action and long consolidation, we tend to see big moves getting created on the market. market. So that is what I'm currently waiting for. And for that big move to really take place, I will be looking at this consolidation phase here of this ascending triangle where we're creating a gigantic compression on the price action of Bitcoin. So how could I make money from this move? Should I be buying altcoins? I'm going to come in towards that in a second from now on, so make sure to stay in this video. But currently, how to make money? I am trading Bitcoin on BitCat and on Bybit. And on my BitCat trade, I'm currently in a profit of about 1 Bitcoin. And I'm going to be riding this swing trade if Bitcoin moves up here. And if it comes down to $25,000 or even $20,000, I'm going to add more margin because I want to be building up a swing trade for the next bull market to make a ton of money from the prices going parabolic. And I am also long on Ethereum and on Bitcoin here on the Bybit exchange. I'm currently in a small little loss that I'm very confident that I'm going to make a profit with this trade because yes, if we do come down further, I'm going to add more margin. And I will be talking about should we be buying altcoins or the reason why I'm currently long in Ethereum in a second from now on. Because just like I told you, I am swing trading the market because I think with swing trading, you can make the most amount of money. If you want to be trading or swing trading the market yourself, go to the link description of today's video where you can find a link to Bybit where you can claim a deposit bonus up to $30,000. So if you're interested in trading or swing trading or just buying Bitcoin in a spot, go to Bybit and claim the deposit bonus up to $30,000. But to answer the question, because I just said, I think Bitcoin is going to go higher before the halving takes place, should we be buying altcoins? That is the question that I maybe get almost every single day. And I am going to say my answer for good right now, because once looking at the altcoin market and once looking at the price of Bitcoin and the altcoin market, I can make up a very good sentiment. So let me quickly talk about the Bitcoin dominance and the altcoin market in general. And after this, I'm going to talk about Ethereum and why I've opened up that position. So currently you can see this orange line right here is the Bitcoin price and the other graph is the Bitcoin dominance. So we can currently see the Bitcoin dominance has been in a small little rebound towards the upside. And basically every single time once Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, so you can see these vertical lines, that is the point where the Bitcoin dominance tends to be dropping significantly. Not before, because before it tends to be consolidating upwards. Here as well, November 2020, Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. That was the point you should have started to be investing into altcoins. Not in the bear market of 2019. Not in the bear market of 2018. The best time to be buying altcoins, in my opinion, there's no financial advice, is but once Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. And I'm not talking about all altcoins because I am definitely most certainly investing in Ethereum. Why, you may ask, is because Ethereum has got the best pumponomics. Ethereum is currently deflationary since the merge came out here, and you can see that currently, since the merge happens, more than 300,000 Ethereum gone away from the total supply, and with this pace it's going to be having a deflation of about 0.3% a year, what in 10 years will mean that 3% of the total supply left the market. What is a massive scarcity shock. And while this is happening, staked Ethereum is at an all-time high, and also the balance of exchanges of Ethereum is also rapidly decreasing. So what we're currently seeing here is a massive supply shock in the creation. You can see the Ethereum total value staked is absolutely going parabolic. There's a lot of trust in the system, and this means that Ethereum is probably going to have a massive scarcity shock, and that is why I've also opened up a 4x leverage trade on Ethereum. I am swing trading Ethereum, and if my liquidation is going to get met around $1,500 US, I'm going to just add double the margin. I'm going to add double the margin because I am going to double down my trades here because I want to get an entry on Ethereum because I think Ethereum can really go to $10,000 within 2 years from now on. So in 2 years, it will be the end of 2025. I think the next bull run has been gone. So in like 1 to 1.5 years from now on, I think Ethereum is going to be sitting around $8,000 to $10,000. And if that happens, I will make millions and millions of dollars from of this trade, from of my bet that the market is going to once again reverse back towards the upside after the Bitcoin halving happens, after the Bitcoin spot ETFs get approved. Ethereum is going to roll in as well here. So I've got a long-term prediction here, and I am betting my money on this prediction. You can see I put my money where my mouth is because you can literally see my trades right here. But yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm expecting. I hope I made it clear for everyone out there on the channel. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to slap up that like button on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow with another video on the channel. Peace out. Goodbye.